Hi, my name is David Albury and I'm taking 5 in the Green Room with Ori Artists. I was exposed and lucky to have kind of quite a nice exposure to sort of creative arts, music. Occasionally would go to, once or twice went to the Edinburgh Festival, went and saw all kinds of music, everything from jazz to classical. My dad was a huge kind of music influence for me, so there was always a diverse array of music, from gospel to operetta, Verdi, like opera, Macbeth, all that kind of stuff, and then soul music, blues. So just a real awareness of the great plethora and diversity of creative artists that are out there. Everyone doing this thing called sort of creativity. And so I think quite early on I realized there was a huge community. There was a great number of people who were kind of following their dream or their vision, which was very individual depending on who they were and where they came from. But each one of them were kind of unified or all found their same kind of calling in putting their art or their creations out there. So I was really aware of that from an early age. Formal kind of training stuff. I went to Stagecoach, which is like a drama art school, from about 7, and I did a couple of summer courses, like a week here, a week there in the summers. And then when I found I really enjoyed it, my family sort of supported that, and they let me go to Saturday classes where you do like an hour of dance, hour of singing, hour of acting. And I enjoyed that. Did bits and bobs at school, and then sort of ended up going to Sylvia Young to do kind of a next sort of step up, but still Saturday courses. And then I got a chance to kind of go there full time and offered a scholarship to kind of perform there and go to a kind of full-time vocational training. But it was a kind of family decision that might not be the path I would take. So when I was about 14, it sort of took a step back. I got really heavily into sports. But the passion and the appreciation for the arts kind of remained, and I would still do stuff at school and enjoyed any opportunity I got to kind of practice those skills. Then at university I studied philosophy at Leeds, and during the kind of term time in conjunction with the studies, I kind of joined a few societies, and we worked on some quite sort of professionally approached pieces, like the production of Grease that was like bigger than any production I'd been in previously. And I think I remember I was playing sort of Danny in Grease at one of these like big society productions, the Stage Musical Society there. And we had a week of performances. I'd never done a week of performances before, and I was playing sort of the lead role in it. And I just remember waking up on the first day of the performance in my room, in my kind of shared apartment with all my friends who were doing sports science and English and product design. And I just remember sort of warming up and thinking, yeah, this is kind of how I'd be cool with spending the rest of my days doing this kind of work. And I did a lot of music there, and just being part of those communities was amazing. And that was kind of my education. And then after that degree, after my BA in philosophy, I did a master's at Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. And then I auditioned for Lion King, which was the first show I auditioned for, and 9 months later I got it, and then I was off on tour, and that's really the beginning of it. And then I've learned everything else on the job.